Hey crafty friends, this is Denise with PaperKraftD. Welcome to my 100-day project video series where I finish one quick paper crafting project every day for 100 days. I'm hoping these videos will inspire you to develop your own daily habit to practice your craft. Even if you only have 15 to 20 minutes, these videos are perfect for you. So if you're looking for ideas, inspiration, and motivation, I hope you join in and maybe even craft along with me. So let's get paper crafting. Today I want to share with you the coolest technique using alcohol inks on your jelly plate. It is so fast and easy to make a whole bunch of just really cool pools from this. I got like 30 pools from one inking. I only applied ink one time. You heard that, one time. All right, so let's check this out and see what we'll need for this process. All right, so what are we going to need to work today? First and foremost, you need to know that alcohol inks are going to stain anything that you use with them, including your hands. So I'm putting some gloves on today. They'll also permanently stain your jelly plate and any tools like your brayer or mark making tools like stencils that you might use on it. They won't ruin them, but it will be permanently stained. So only use those items that you don't mind getting stained. For today's technique, you're going to need a variety of alcohol inks, a jelly plate, a roller, either some isopropyl alcohol 99% or some hand sanitizer. You probably want something to protect your surface. I'm using a silicone mat, a stencil that you do not mind getting stained, and some matte medium. This is the one by Golden that I used, and a variety of different papers, including book page, HP 32-pound paper, and some vellum, some different weights of vellum. And here's the secret sauce that you absolutely need to do this project. It is this alcohol lift-off re-inker. This stuff is amazing, and you'll see how we use this in a moment. So I'm starting off today's project by rolling some teak alcohol ink onto my jelly plate. There we go. Ooh, hello. Okay. Wow, that really dried fast. Okay, so how about let's do teak again. We'll just wet it a little bit. So it gives us a little bit more, just a slight bit more playtime. Add a little bit of the gel. Oops. There we go. That'll keep it wet. It's like a extending agent. So almost. I just added some hand sanitizer to kind of keep the alcohol inks wet a little longer. And now I'm putting a stencil made from a Dollar Tree placemat onto the top of that. And then I'm layering some very thin rice paper over the top of that and brayering over it. That serves two purposes. One is that it helps adhere the stencil to the top of the jelly plate, and it's also trying to take up some of that excess ink between the holes of the stencil. Okay, I mean, kind of, but it's, whew. This one's a little dimensional, so it's kind of hard to okay. I can tell this did not do a great job of doing what I was hoping it would do, but that's okay. We'll just go with it anyway. All right, so we've got that brown there. So I'm going to just go ahead and add some colors in here. So let's make these areas here like green, because that's a leaf. Okay, this is not working very well. What is it, baby? Maybe I need more. Actually, you know what? I can always take some color off by adding color, huh? Yeah, or adding, yeah. So, yeah, there we go. Let's put the color in there like that. Yeah. Make sure there's good adhesion here. And you can see that I am just coloring in the various parts of this stencil with alcohol ink. For the leaves, I'm using an oregano, which is a green. For the flowers, I'm using a pink, which is a flamingo. I'm using some yellow in various parts, that's a Dijon, some orange terracotta, and then little, I think the little dots I did in sienna, which is a really dark, rich red. And you can see I'm just going in and adding these inks. I'm not trying to fill in every single little nook and cranny in here. I think I actually missed one of the leaves, so you'll see, but you know, no big deal. This is really kind of an experiment. And honestly, if this stencil hadn't been so intricate, it probably would have been easier to color in. But, you know, I'm just trying this out for the first time, seeing what will work. Okay, so it's mostly dry. There's areas that are still a little wet, but I'm okay. That's okay. I don't want this to be perfect. But, wow, that's kind of cool, actually. That is very cool. This area was very wet still, so yeah, I could have let that sit for a little longer, but that's okay. That's just fine. All right, I'm gonna put this over here to the side. Let's see, this is, it's a little bit wet yet. I can use do some more mark making in there, in those areas that didn't turn out great anyway. I actually think the areas with the leaves would look really cool with some of this. All right. So I think that's still wet. I can't really tell. Yeah, that's still pretty wet. So I let that dry for about a minute and a half, and now I'm ready to pull the print. I'm pulling this print with some matte medium that I've decanted into a Sugar Bell bottle so it's easier to squeeze, and I just keep that on my desk at all times. Oh, hello. I don't want that. All right, and again, I just put way too much. All right, we're going to put this on taxation. Oh, the irony. Because that's really what I should be doing right now, is working on our taxes instead of doing this. Okay, I've still got to do that tonight. Blah. All right. All right, I'm gonna let that dry for a moment. Okay, let's see the magic reveal. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Ha! I really like that. Oh, isn't that pretty? Yeah, that's actually gorgeous. Really, really pretty. Okay, so here's where the magic happens. We're gonna take some alcohol lift ink. So now, if I put this over my entire plate, and then I put this stencil that we just used, I mean this portion right here, you can see which part we colored in, the lift ink will reactivate the ink on the stencil. So let's see how that works. Let's see how that works. Ooh, now this is a very, very dirty brayer. So if it reactivates, it might reactivate whatever's on the brayer too. But we'll see. Looks like it's okay. So far, so good. All right, so looks like it was pretty much like here. There we go. All right. Just gonna push that down. Brayer it so we get good contact, good adhesion. Actually, that looks pretty cool just on that side. All right. Okay, so I think this is still wet, but that's okay. And then I'm gonna take some of this hopefully that works. That thicker vellum under here. I'm taking some of that thicker vellum. And oops, that's actually kind of cool too. That's actually very cool. All right. Now this is going to blur if I don't dry it. So I'm going to go ahead and dry it on the vellum. All right, let's just try this again because I'm not sure that this dries very well. I think this, maybe that lift ink makes it so it doesn't really dry. Oops. All right, here we go. Yeah, that lifted the rest of it. Wow, so we got 2 out of that one. That was pretty cool. All right, let's see if we can get even more. Let's see, we got this. Probably didn't need as much of the lift ink as I put down. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Just do that same section again because I think there's still a ton of ink left on there. All right, it's like more or less right there. I wonder if we did the other side too, where we put all this other ink. That might be cool. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get several prints off of this. This is actually really cool. I really like this technique because it's fast. Fast, fast, fast. Much faster than the other things we were doing. Wow. Look at that. Oh my God, these, I'm really loving these. These are, I think, some of my favorites. Let's see if I can get a second generation of it. This is, the thinner vellum. I think it might work with this one because it's not quite as wet. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Wow, I really love this technique. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing and I'm going to turn the other side down where I actually added the color. I'm curious what happens there. All right. Wow. All right, that's gonna be harder to see where I, exactly where I did that. I think it was like more or less right there. I have a feeling this is gonna come off pretty easy. Oof. Use this one. Oh my gosh, look at that. This is on some really thick chipboard too. Wow, that turned out cool, cool, cool. All right, I don't know. We'll see what happens with this one. More taxation. Oh, this looks pretty cool too. Wow. Oh my gosh, I could go all day with this. This is freaking cool. This is so cool. You guys, this is just, I mean, seriously the coolest. Okay, this is the most fun I've been having all day. This is just cool. Oh, this alcohol lift ink. Oh my gosh, I need more of that. That stuff's cool as heck. I don't know what that is. I don't think it's the same as the other stuff. Oh my gosh, I love this. All right, let's do the same thing. Yeah. I need another piece of paper. Oh my gosh, I don't know. All right. This is a printable. I ran out of 32-pound copy paper, but actually this is 32-pound copy paper. It's just printed with a grid on the other side. Oh my gosh, it's like the gift that keeps on giving. Look at that. Holy cow. This is just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. All right. Let's keep it up. Why not? I mean, for crying out loud. I'm loving this. I'm simply loving it. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, that one was just kind of dreamy-ish. So, you know, it's still pretty. All right, let's try it one more time and see if we get anything else. Actually, I'm just going to keep going as long as I can get this to work. So I'm doing this colored side again. I really should alternate it, and that way I'm sure to have one that's completely... Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. It's just... We're going to do Sweden. So pretty. I have a feeling I have got to dry this probably for it to retain the pattern. So let's do it again. Yeah, I think the print tends to bleed pretty quickly if you don't dry it. So yeah, let's see. Until oh no, I want to do this side this time. Yuppers, come on, get out of there. Yup. I'm gonna put that one down. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna dry this so it doesn't bleed. Okay, so you kind of get the idea how this works now. I'm just going to continue on doing this until I can't do it any longer. I keep pulling prints. Other than that first print that I pulled, I didn't use any matte medium for this. Just that alcohol lift ink by Ranger. And it's kind of like a sticky medium. So it never really dries, which is great because honestly, I'm impatient and I need a process that doesn't make me wait, you know, a long time. I felt like just using the regular alcohol inks on the jelly plate was kind of tedious because you had to wait so long. This is, I mean, look at this. This is amazing. Look at how many prints. I'm speeding this up 20 times and look at how many prints I'm getting off of this. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. So I just, you know, every single time I'm adding more of that lift ink to the jelly plate. And then I am flipping the stencil each time. One time I'll do the part that was on the brown, creating that resist, and the next time I'll do the part where I added the ink from the top. And you can see you get different results from both of those. And what's really cool is every time you pull a new print, you basically get 2 prints for every time you pull, because you get one for the back of the stencil and one for the portion that was on the jelly plate. So I hope that makes sense. But it's such a cool process. I am just blown away. So just a couple tips. Brayering every single time seems to be really important to make sure you get really good adhesion. And also hitting it with the heat tool. Not very long, 15-20 seconds, just long enough to set that ink and kind of dry the stickiness so that the ink doesn't spread and then create kind of a more blurry result. You get much sharper, crisper results if you hit it with the heat tool pretty quickly after you have pulled the print. So this whole process took me about an hour, including drying time and all that good stuff, hitting it with the heat tool. So yeah, you can just get so many prints, and this is great for mass making prints very quickly for a journal if you want the same theme, but you don't want to look identical. It's kind of very, very cool. Very cool process. You can see right up until the end, I am still pulling prints. Now, I started off with a dirty stencil that I had used from previous Gelli plate sessions that I hadn't cleaned. So toward the end, I'm not sure if I am pulling some of that previous ink or if I'm still pulling the alcohol ink. So, you know, at a certain point, I just kind of had to call it quits because, you know, got to go do my taxes now. But you can see this, what a great process. Such a bang for your buck. All right, so this is what we came up with today. Honestly, I am absolutely amazed. We got over 30 prints just from one inking of the Gelli plate with this stencil. I'm blown away. This did not take hardly any time at all. It's amazing how many we got. I mean, honestly, obviously this first print is just stunning, phenomenal, and I wasn't even trying very hard to like stay in the lines and, you know, do a good job. I'd like, oh, I'll try it, just see what happens. I cannot believe that this came out as good as it did. And then, you know, yeah, I mean, look at this. This is like all watercolory looking and stuff. I mean, yeah, these first ones I did not zap with the heat tool. So you can see that the ink ran, you know, quite a bit, or expanded, you know, as it dried, it spread out. And that's going to happen if you don't hit it with the heat tool right away. But, you know, still, they're very pretty. They're, you know, very watercolory, very soft. And this is vellum, so it can go over something else and it'll look really cool. I've got this one, which is super light, really almost too light to see, but, you know, you can do other things over the top of it. I've got this one, which is really beautiful. Again, a very watercolory effect. I really love this one. These colors are spectacular. Really gorgeous. And it's amazing to me that this is all the same stencil, same colors, everything, but it looks so different every time. And again, I'm kind of bummed that I didn't hit this with the heat tool right away, because this one was looking actually really, really cool. I still like it, but it's, you know, it could have been spectacular. I really, actually, even though this one ran quite a bit, I really love it. It's very watercolory, very pretty. That one's really cool looking. I love, you know, again, we are seeing through all of the text and everything. It's just, you know, this is a great technique using the alcohol inks, you know, over other things. Like you could use music paper. You could use all sorts of different kind of stuff that, you know, you want to preserve whatever's underneath. Oh, I love that one. That's really pretty. This would be really a cool technique to use like with old ledgers that are written on, or like old, like antique documents where you really do want to preserve what's underneath, but you want to add, you know, zhuzh it up a little bit, you know, add a little bit of color, personality, that sort of stuff. This is really, really beautiful. Just soft and elegant. Oh, look at the way that one turned out. Oh my gosh, crazy. And I think this is where I started hitting it with the heat tool, which is why this one looks so, you know, well defined, so sharp. The image is so sharp. This one, this is gorgeous. And again, it's got that like wax batik look. Really pretty, really, really pretty. And this is on the thick Nina heavyweight cardstock. I guess I don't really need this so much. This is just like on a 32-pound printer paper, but this is a printable that I had an extra of. So again, you know, you can see like a design underneath it. This could be used for journaling. This one might be a little dark for that, but you know, you get the idea. You could use something along those lines, and you can see, you know, what's underneath, which is very cool. So I did 2 on this one. The top has this music. It's really pretty, very soft. And then this one, again, just very soft. I'm so bummed that, again, this one, you know, the inks really spread out as they dried. That one's really pretty. Yeah, and these, you can tell where I started to hit them with the heat tool, because they're definitely more defined looking. That one's so pretty and soft. No, I don't think that one did much. Oh, I really love that one. Look at how cool that looks. It's really interesting. And then that one, that's very cool. Love this. Now look at that. That's really interesting, because you get like, it's like almost a double image almost. So it looks like it has depth to it, the way that it is. That's really cool. All of these will make great journaling paper, right? For a journal, look at that. That would be so cool. And this, I love this. It's nice and soft, just very pretty. Look how pretty that is for journaling paper. Really gorgeous. Again, it's really pretty. I mean, I'm just, honestly, I'm completely blown away that you can get this, this many prints off of just one stencil, where we didn't re-ink it this entire time. Yeah, look at that. So pretty. Really, really pretty. Look at all those. And I even got more after all of these, but I think I was getting more into the paint that was already on the stencil from prior GELLI prints that I pulled. But in these you can still see some of the colors and stuff are showing up, the greens and the pinks and whatnot. And then again on some paper. Isn't that cool? I love that. That's upside down. That's really cool. Love that. And then this one. So yeah, I mean, that's, what a technique. What a technique, I tell ya. Ah! I hope you enjoyed today's video and that you found some ideas and inspiration to develop your own daily habit and to practice your craft. That is, after all, what the 100-Day Project is all about, that we inspire each other, that we build community, and that we just really get motivated to express ourselves creatively. If you enjoyed today's video, please give this a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I really would love to hear what you're doing and what your plans are for the 100-day project, or if you're just enjoying watching everybody's videos, that's okay too. And if you haven't yet subscribed and you enjoy this kind of content, I hope that you do so and that you share my channel with your friends. I will continue posting videos for this 100-day project if I get community involvement and people seem to be enjoying these videos. I will continue to do the 100-day project regardless, but I just might not post it on social media as frequently if I don't get that kind of involvement and engagement. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Again, this is Denise with PaperKraftD, and craft on.